Hello, folks. Welcome to today's football predictions on Betcraft. It's another very beautiful, you know, uh, Wednesday morning, and as usual, a lot of games are happening today. We saw, the Champions League matches, are going to continue today. We saw how we fared yesterday. We were very, very good yesterday. 5 games out of six, saw success yesterday, and I know. Most of you guys won yesterday. Kudos to all of you who participated in that very, yesterday's bet. All right, today is another day, and we're coming up once again. We'll have these games already looked into, and next while we'll be looking at this matches one after the other based on that you know, making our verdict based on the recent, statistics for each of these sites. So I want to use the opportunity to ask the folks that are coming across our video for the first time that you to subscribe. To do that, if you are ready to win, subscribe to this very channel so that you don't miss out on our games that will always come up on this very channel on a daily basis. Okay. All right. Have you done that? All right. Let's head to the business of the day. Without further ado, we're starting with the very first match of today, and it is a UEFA Champions League game where we'll have RB Leipzig who will be facing Sporting Lisbon of Portugal. And looking at recent games for Leipzig, they've had two victories, one draw, as well as 3 losses in the last 6 games that they have so far. And away side, Sporting Lisbon have won 3 matches. They've also had 3 draws in the last 6 recent encounters. And looking at how these two teams fared on home and away basis, could see that for the home side, Leipzig have been able to achieve 5 victories in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 1 draw as well as 4 losses in the last 10 home games. And away side, on the other hand, Sporting Lisbon have been able to achieve as well, 5 victories in the last 10 away matches. They've also had 3 draws as well as 2 losses. But when you look closely at these 2 teams, you can see that for the home side, in the last 10 home matches, they've seen a score line that's over 2.5 on 8 occasions out of 10. And Sporting, on the other hand, their away side as well have seen a very, very similar situation. Also, experiencing over 2.5 and over 2.5, 7 times out of 10 matches played from away. So when you put all that together, it is the goals value that is much more suitable in this very one, and we expect to see a minimum of 3 goals appearing in this their encounter. So an over 2.5, that's what we expect for that very encounter. And the next that we'll have for you today, also in UEFA Champions League, where we'll have Sparta Praha, of Czech, who will be coming up against the Inter Milan. Praha have actually been able to achieve 5 victories in the last 6 games. They've also had 1 loss. And away side, Inter Milan have won 4 matches in the last 6 games, and they've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss. And looking at how these 2 teams have fared, on home and away basis, you can see that playing from home, Sparta Praha have actually been able to achieve 6 victories in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 1 draw, but have lost 3 games as well. And Inter Milan, the away side, have managed to achieve 8 victories in the last 10 away matches that they had. They've also had 1 draw as well as 1 loss, which was against Leverkusen on that occasion. And in this very one, they've been looking to do so very well against this very side. And it's Inter Milan to win out shortly. That's our value for this very encounter. We win. That's what we expect. And that takes us to the next game for today. Also in the UEFA Champions League, we'll have Celtic who will be facing Young Boys. Okay, Celtic of Scotland and Young Boys of Switzerland. And then when you look at recent games on both sides, you can see that Celtic have actually won 4 matches in the last 6 games. They've also had 1 loss as well as 1 draw. And away side, Young Boys have had 3 victories, 2 losses as well as 1 draw in the last 6 matches that they have so far. Looking at how these teams are fared, away by ages, you can see that for the home side, Celtic in the last 10 home matches have resulted to 8 victories for Celtic, and they've also had 2 draws, but they've not lost a single match in the last 10 home matches that they have so far. And away side, Young Boys have managed just 1 victory in the last 10 away games. They've also had 2 draws, but have lost 7 matches in the last 10 away games that they have so far. That's a very poor one for the Switzerland side. And putting all that together, we'll definitely expect Celtic to take the day in this one. It is the home side to win out shortly. That's all right. And the next game that we have also in the UEFA Champions League, we'll have Feyenoord will be coming up against the Bayern Munich. And looking at recent games, Feyenoord have had 3 victories, 2 losses as well as 1 draw in the last 6 games that they have so far. And Bayern Munich, on the other hand, the away side have managed 5 victories, but also 1 loss in the last 6 absent games that they have so far. On home and away basis, you can see that for the home side, Feyenoord have done pretty well, playing from home, having won 6 matches in the last 10 home appearances, and they've also lost 3 games out of those, and they also have 1 draw as well. And looking at Bayern Munich on the other hand, away side have had 6 victories in the last 10 away games. They've also had 2 draws as well as 2 losses in the last 10 away matches that they have so far. The last time they met was far back to 2001, far back to 24 years ago. And Bayern Munich won on that occasion by 3-1. But in this very encounter, we expect to see away side Bayern Munich taking all the spoils in this very encounter. It is a way to win out shortly. That's what we expect for that very encounter. And the next game that we have is actually in Europa League, where we have Besiktas will be facing Atletico Bilbao. Okay, Besiktas have seen 2 victories, 3 draws, as well as 1 loss in the last 6 matches. And Bilbao have managed 2 victories, 2 draws, and 2 losses in the last 6 games that they have so far. And looking at how these 2 teams have fared on a home and away basis, you can see that playing from home, Besiktas have managed to achieve 4 victories in the last 10 home matches. They've also had 2 draws, but have lost us 4 matches in the last 10 home games. And away side, Atletico Bilbao have actually been able to achieve 5 victories in the last 10 away games. They've also had 4 draws as well as one loss in the last 10 away matches. They've been doing so very well in recent times, and when we put all that together, we expect to see at the away side Atletico Bilbao to not lose out on this very one. It is away side either to win or draw and under 4.5. That's what we're for that very game. Away win or draw and under 4. That's what we expect. Okay, and the next game that we have, which I will be the last for today, it is an Egypt Premier League. Where we have a Zed FC coming up against a Pyramid FC. Okay, a very tough match. All right, Zed FC have been able to achieve 3 victories and 2 draws. Also, they had 1 loss in the last 6 matches that they have so far. And Pyramid FC, on the other hand, have won the entire 6 games that they've had so far. That tells you they're in fine form at the moment. And when you look at how these two teams are fared on home and away basis, playing from home, ZFC have been able to achieve 4 victories in the last 10 matches. They've also had 3 draws as well as 3 losses. And away side, on the other hand, Pyramid FC have won 3 games in the last 10 away matches. They've also been able to, achieve 5 draws and 2 losses, in the last 10 away matches. And on head-to-head basis, you could see that Pyramid have been quite dominant of these head-to-head meetings for both sides. And we have on the records, the last 6 head-to-head meetings for both sides have seen Pyramid FC winning 5 times out of the last 6 head-to-head meetings. The other one being a draw, just 1 draw. There's never been a time in the last 6 game meetings for both sides that ZFC achieved a victory against this very side. So in this very encounter, we'll expect to see the away side Pyramid not lose out shortly. We expect Pyramid to either win or draw, and yet on 4.5, that's what we expect for that very encounter. And that brings our operations for you today on BetCraft to conclusion. I wish you the very best of luck, and I hope your ticket goes green. Also, remember to play responsibly. These are football matches. It may not be exactly what it seems at all times. That's why you avoid greed in this. And remember that tomorrow is another day, and we'll be coming up tomorrow with our predictions right on this very channel. Do not miss out. But until that time, keep winning.